Crinkles, Profile, the Band, the Langdales, Pike O Blisco. Good morning. I'm here with Andy and Billy Bob.
Morning.
And we've parked just down from 3 Shires and halfway between Wrynose Bridge and 3 Shire Stone on the lay-by, because we're heading up Pike O Blisco this morning. So you head up from Wrynose Bridge and you follow a grassy trod up alongside the gill, heading up the fell side, and we're going to aim for Blake Rig, our first hill of the day. You get great views over the Langdales and the valley, and then we're going to reach the path that comes up from Blee Tarn and takes you right up onto Pike O Blisco. It's more of a scramble route that way. There's a few rocky steps to negotiate, and then we're going to go down via Black Crag back to 3 Shire Stones, and then just head back down Wrynose Pass where we parked the car. It's about a 5-mile route, so that should be good. We've got some nice light right now behind me. Just down there is Wrynose Bridge. This is Wrynose Beck, and we've just come along up here. Just following along the left side of Wrynose Beck. There's no actual path as such. It's all a bit off-piste. Can be quite wet and boggy ground here after rain as well. So there's various ways you can do Pike O Blisco. You can do it straight from Dungeon Gill, straight up. Or you can do it from Wrynose Pass. The quickest and easiest way is from 3 Shire Stones, straight up from Red Tarn and up that way. But this way from Wrynose Bridge is less frequented, and it's not so much traffic on this side. So, and you follow a beautiful beck, Wrynose Beck. It's got some beautiful waterfalls, and you've got great views behind. It's a really nice route to do. Makes it a nice circular. Okay, so we've decided to cross the gill at this point. We're about halfway up, I would say. We're not aiming for Blake Rig, and we're not heading straight up to Pike O Blisco. We're going to cross this gill and we're going to head up that spur there. punishment, I am. Come on. So that's looking back to Weatherlam, and you've got Wet Side Edge in the foreground, going up to eventually Great Cars. Gill. So the summit of Blake Rig, and that's looking to Pike O Blisco up there. You've got the Crinkles behind, Bow Fell. Got the Langdale Pikes. And that's looking towards Little Langdale. There's Weatherlam. And the Wet Side Edge, Great Cars, Grey Friar. And that's going down into Estelle. Yeah, so that's where we're heading, up Pike O Blisco. So we descended down from Blake Rig, and the route traverses along some beautiful tarns with the views of the Langdales behind. This one's a bit like an infinity pool. And it's gone off to do Wrynose Fell, which is just a little bit of a detour from the path. He's going to meet me on the path up to Pike O Blisco. So that's where I'm heading. That's Pike O Blisco up there. Got fantastic views of the Langdales. Pike O Stickle there on the left. Harrison Stickle, Povey Ark. So from the main path, that's looking back to Side Pike, and that would be Lingmore Fell. little bit of a gully. Billy's not sure about that because it's really slippy ground at the moment. This way, Billy. Yeah, no, you can't get up there. It's too wet today and slippy. But you can traverse around the side to avoid that. Okay, so this is the second rocky step. It's not that bad. Looks like the chockstone's come down a little bit. I remember it being a bit higher. I think it's dropped down. Makes it look a little bit easier, hopefully. So yeah, Billy struggled a little bit getting over that chockstone there. Stay there, Billy. But he's made it. So we've made our way up the crags now. Nearly there. That's a good view of Side Pike and Lingmore Fell in the foreground. And that would be Windermere in the distance. So over there is the summit of Pike O Blisco. You've got the crinkles behind and Big Daddy Bow. Woo, wild up here. Look at Billy. That's looking over to Eskdale. Lovely layers with the sunlight there. There's two cairns on Pike O Blisco. This isn't the true summit though. Look at the light on the Langdales. The crinkles, profile, the band, the Langdales, Pike O Stickle. That's the summit of Pike O Blisco. Crinkles behind. Light. Okay, so we're leaving Pike O Blisco in a westerly direction. And we're aiming for Black Crag, and this is one of the easiest routes of Pike O Blisco, and it heads directly to Wrynose Pass and 3 Shire Stones, so it's not much of a detour to then head back down Wrynose Pass to where we parked the car at Wrynose Bridge. But it's nice this way because not many people use this way, but it is literally the easiest route off. And you get great views over to Wetherlam, and this time of year in the afternoon you get the sunset. I'll show you now, I'll pan you around now. Isn't that nice, that light? So as you can see, it's nice and gentle, nice grassy path. You've also got some dramatic crags like Black Crag. If you make a detour to Black Crag, there's something called the Needle on Black Crag. So that is Black Crag that we're going to skirt around. Okay, so we've made a detour to try and find the needle, and it is there. It's about 32 foot high, and Wainright mentions it in his book, and he takes it from the other side and you'll get a better view from the other side. It's amazing. It's like a 32 foot slab of pointed rock. Probably can't get the scale from here. We have seen climbers on here actually. Oh.
You go right round at the bottom.
You got to go right round at the bottom of it. See if I can get any closer to it. There it is. And he actually mentions in his book about jumping, shouldn't be saying this, jumping from there onto there. You'd be completely insane if you were going to do that. Totally insane. It's about 32 foot high. Wow. Do you fancy it? Jumping from there?
Not really.
To there? It looks like the needle is totally separate and it's completely sheared off from the rest of the rock face. So it's literally just resting. A 32 slab of rock just resting on the rock face. So here we're joining on to the main red tarn path. This will take us back to 3 Shy Stones. So I'm nearly back at the car, nearly back at 3 Shy Stone. I'll say bye.
Bye.
Been a great walk. About 5 miles we reckon in total. We've got a little bit of walking just down Wrynose Pass back to Wrynose Bridge. But yeah, it's been a good winter's walk. Bye.
Yeah, goodbye.
Good morning and welcome to Map and Scissor Time, and this is a route for Pike O Blisco, and this is a different route to what most people do, and it's a more quiet route on. It's a circular route and we parked on Wrynose Pass just near to Wrynose Bridge. Now we parked probably on a lay-by about up here because there was more room, and we just walked down the pass until we got to Wrynose Bridge, and you follow a track initially on the left hand side of Wrynose Beck, which is lovely along here. You've got some lovely waterfalls all the way along, and we wanted to do a circular and take in Blake Rig, as this is a lovely summit and you get great views on here. So we initially started on the left side of Wrynose Beck, but then we crossed over about halfway up to start heading up this side to get to Blake Rig on the summit here. Great views over the Fells, great cars, the Old Man of Coniston, and also right down into Langdale, over to Tarn, over to Lingmore Fell, over to the Langdale Pikes. And it's a lovely route here. It's very quiet, and there's lots and lots of little tarns dotted about, which makes it have a lot more interest. Great views over the Langdale Pikes as well. And there's a nice sort of gentle ridge along, so you just make your own way. There's no path as such. You just make your way along through all these little tarns. And you can also head up onto Wrynose Fell, which is a great summit. You've got quite steep crags here, so it's quite a nice little summit to do. And eventually you do head for the path that comes up from Tarn, which is the main path of doing Pike O Blisco. So we reach to here, and here's the path here. And you just literally follow along, heading up steeper ground, and there's a couple of rocky steps on this side of Pike O Blisco. It is quite easy to do. I mean, you can avoid them as well if you want to. So there's a couple of rocky steps up about here, and then you just kind of meander your way along up onto the summit of Pike O Blisco. Now there's two summits on here. You reach this side first, which isn't the actual Wainright Summit. So you want to carry on along to this one, 705 metres. And the viewpoint along here is fantastic over the Crinkles, which are over here, both fell, over the Langdale Pikes into the Langdale Valley. Quite a nice sort of pikey feel as it's steep on all sides. Now, we were aiming on the way down on the easiest descent route on Pike O Blisco, which is heading down this side in a sort of southerly direction on really easy ground. There's no scrambling, there's hardly any steepness. It's nice grassy path, just meandering down, heading towards Black Crag. Now there's also interest on Black Crag. You've got a 32-foot slab of rock called the Needle, which Wainwright mentions in his book. So we include this on the video, and it's worth a detour just to have a look at it. And you do get a lot of climbers on this Black Crag. So then once you've done that, you want to aim for Wrynose Pass. So you're just heading in this kind of direction down here, following the ground to get back to the Red Tarn path. This is one of the other main routes to Red Tarn and up Pike O Blisco this way. So you join it a lot lower down, round about here, follow it back to Wrynose Pass, and then back to where you parked the car. So I think this is about a 4-mile route. It's not a long route at all. So if you don't have much time, it's a really good route to do with fantastic views and gain a little bit of height and not much difficulty in it at all. So I hope you enjoy the video and catch you all again on another adventure very soon. Bye for now.